anyways. So I mean, they, you know, given the Andy situation, they actually really fucking lucked out that Robin was willing to play more and stuff. What the fuck is this? It's literally one of the best tanks in the world that is rated with your guild. Willing to go another tier. He has all the synergies, already played with everyone, knows everyone. It's like literally couldn't be a more perfect situation. You might even argue that, no like slag on Andy, of course. You might even argue that they could have done maybe even worse with Andy, because Andy just doesn't have that like synergy built with their team. I mean, they're really good tier last tier before that, right? He's a very good player, but it's just different, right? I mean, Robin played with him for how many years? Many years. How did I build this? But either way, yeah, they could have been way more fucked if Robin was like, no, I don't think I'll raid. Who would have they gone to raid? Who would have they gone to tank? I don't even know, actually. They'd have had to ask, like, Noga to come back on, like, Blood DK or something? Or like who tanks? You with a paycheck? No, bro, I don't have an EU account. Man, I wish I could build this, like, direct attachment. It's kind of annoying that you can't. I gotta see a common tank and paid you well for it. You'd be right back. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that's like a ridiculous situation. Like, that would never happen. Oh yeah, no. What I mean to say, Jax, is I'm sure there are people obviously literally capable of tanking. Like I said, some tank fights are an absolute joke. You don't need to be a fucking god at the game or anything. Let's do that. Okay, this is good. That's good. I can plop this here. It's not flowing, right? It's too close. I'll do that. Other side. I wish that pipes had the same kind of like 90-degree angle shit that conveyor belts do. I feel like ass. Again, apologies ahead of time, chat. I'm definitely gonna be a little quiet and spacey today with my sickness. I'll do my best. A lesser man would sit in bed and rest today. I am no such man. No tank on plus for 2 seasons, literally an ape with a keyboard can taunt swapping is not easy. It depends on the boss. I mean, I'll literally tell you, there are definitely some raid bosses that are an absolute joke as a tank. Sometimes tank mechanics can be fun, and sometimes the taunt swapping combined with it. Like, you know, like when we one-tanked Guardian and SOD, like that was really fun. Was it like insanely mechanically complex? No, right? You're just basically face tanking the whole time, but because any moment could be your last, and chaining CDs together properly and stuff to stay alive to one tank, like that was super fun. And that's definitely more challenging, but there's a lot of fights where it's just like, you just taunt for a big tank hit. I'm like, that's it. Go next. They try to make fights that always kind of flex a certain, like, a little harder for healers, a little harder for, you know, whatever. These are not even, are they? Fuck. But the ones that are meant to be a little easier for tank are a little easier. And they keep, like, fucking harping on this, like, let's make tanks, like, tanks are supposed to tank, let's not make them do as much damage. Same with healers. Like, they're fucking horseshit of, like, nerfing DPS trinkets for tanks and healers. And it's just like, let it go, dude. Just let it happen. It's what the people want. You got fucking Karen DPS getting angry that tanks are, like, doing good DPS. What else are you gonna fucking do when you're, like, have some shitty, easy fight? Like, I would say that there's definitely some fights that are really saucy, but on average, like, throughout a full raid, I would say Mythic Plus is a harder tanking situation and more demanding consistently than raiding. But there are some raid fights that definitely blow that out of the water, and it's like they're quite difficult to tank and can get really messy. Sarkareth was like pretty spicy to tank, for instance. That was definitely a spicier tank fight. I mean, is that one of the reasons you're so little tanks these days? I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons. Blizzard keeps making it not fun in some ways, for sure. I think for a lot of players, too, the pressure of tanking. Again, not the necessary skill requirement with tanking for depending what you're doing. But the pressure, for especially for new players, like coming in M+, like an M+ run, the success of an M+ run, like, heavily hinges on the tank. It's like it's a really intimidating role for a lot of people in that sense, so... It's just easier to be a DPS. You don't have that pressure. The abuse tanks, yeah, and it also doesn't help that the community's like shitty and toxic. Not just worse tanks, just in general, but combine that with, like, you know, the new player, I'm a new player tank, and trying my first M+, and somebody's like, you don't know a full MDT route, fucking bitch. It gets, wait, are these not level 3s? No, they're not. Yeah, wait, yeah, they are. Is this going slow, or is it just me? I'm not going insane, right? This treadmill's moving slow as fuck. Yeah, it was not level 3. Okay, there we go. Oh, much better. Okay. Replace all of these. Better. I was wondering, because, like, okay, so that's 240. So we have 240 coming down here. Yeah. This splits into 2. But it will oversaturate. So that's 120, 120. We need 60 per side. So that 120 is overflowing, as you can see. So that overflow will come through here, and eventually everything will saturate. Basically, we have 16 factories. Each factory takes 15 coal per minute. And we're generating 240 coal per minute. So we should be at perfect demand and supply of coal to all of these factories. Wait, fuck. Fucked it up. That head swimming vibe right now. Not a good vibe, let me tell you. Okay. And now we connect. Oh. What? Wait, this one's shorter. And out of line. Cool. And then, finally, I'm going to hook up the water to all of these. Okay. Just had it there a second ago. Oh shit, I didn't build this out far enough. Okay. Just a little further. Okay. Good. I do this to make sure the pressure is equalized. We finish this last one here. Do the other side as well. Shit. Ah, we can do it from here, it's fine. It'll snap, crackle, and pop. Okay. Good. Now we just gotta hook up the power. My son. Did you get your vodka? I like this way of doing water pipes. There's a few ways to do it. There's like some diagrams that a couple of you guys linked yesterday. This is what I was aiming to do before I even looked at the diagrams, but this is one of the 3 recommended ways. Okay, so we need power. Oh god, I might have to sneeze. Watch out, chat. No, we're good. My eyes got really watery. Actually, by looking at the wiki, I don't look at the wiki. Somebody just linked it to me. It didn't change what I did, anyways. Am I building wherever? Well, this area I'm building particularly because there's... So in this game, there's a lot of different, like, ores and stuff that you need, which you can find nodes of all over the place, but there's, like, actual deep deposit nodes in this game are unlimited, but they're very scarce. So, for instance, my main base is actually over here, but there's a coal deposit here, and it's really good for energy gen. So rather than... So I built basically a coal plant area here, and it's got water beside it too, because you need water. You need water and coal for the energy gen here. So I'm building wherever in terms of like this is a obvious. You can literally build anywhere and anything you want in this game. But I am building here on purpose because it's near these resources. Now exactly what I'm building, whatever, that's totally up to you. Yeah. Mr. Animal. Oh yeah, I didn't want to play video games anymore anyways. Okay, this is the stream now. Literally just plopped in front of the keyboard. That's that. I think region swapping like in Overwatch will ever happen to WoW. I mean, whenever the question's like ever, anything is possible, right? I always say Blizzard will never take over Race to World first, but anything's possible. It's just extremely unlikely. And in this case, it is also extremely unlikely. So the thing is that it's not just like my understanding. I had this conversation with them when I was still casting MDI and stuff. It's not as easy. It's not a thing that's easy to do. Just they're like, oh, we don't feel like doing it. We're just lazy. There's like a lot of, or at least there used to be, and I assume there still are, like a lot of challenges with like localization and region and country laws and like different tax laws and like all that kind of shit. It was a bunch of law and tax money purposes that made it a logistical nightmare that they didn't want to deal with at the time. Now, obviously, there's other products that do it these days. I don't know if WoW's any special product that particularly has a difficult time doing it, but either way, that was definitely part of the reasoning before, rather than like, I'm sure there's a bunch of logistical stuff on their end too. I mean, look what happened when they added warbands. The game was broken for like 2 weeks, right? Look what happened when they added 4 slots of backpack, right? The game broke for like a week of baseline backpack. So, you know, what's going to happen if they actually, like, the region stuff might just make their spaghetti code completely fall apart. For you, I mean, I wouldn't count anytime soon that happening. So if you wanted to play with the community, you'd have to make an NA account, you know? Alright, Mr. Cat. It's very difficult to play with you here. Oh, God, you're so cute, though. I need to brush you, dude. I need to brush you. I don't want to kiss you. I'm sick. Stop extending your cute little head towards me. Oi, Andron. Oi, mate. What's the good word? Mr. Cat's in head rub heaven right now. Yeah, it's good. You look so scraggly after I rub your head. Can I play the video games, Darren? Alright, those are hooked up. These are hooked up. That's hooked up. And now... Fuck me, dude. Ah. Oh, I hate it, dude. Everyone in here has had a cold at some point. You guys know what I'm talking about? That feeling when, like... Oh, God, your, like, sinuses get all tingly and shit, and you just feel your, like, your eyes well up with, like, tears. Oh, God, it's awful. It's awful in it, bruv. Pooping and going to work? I just poop at work. Poop on their time, not yours. Alright, get all these out. Tylenol sinus. Yeah, I don't think I have particularly Tylenol sinus, and more so, I don't even know if I have Tylenol that's like not expired in the house right now. Okay. Gotta move my dinner away. Mr. Cat can relax here. You have to spend 15 minutes. Bro, and I used to work in at a call center, like a cold calling place for sales when I was in university. Oh, you're back. Okay. That's back when I was, I think I told you guys the story already, but that was back when I was lifting a lot. Back when I was like jacked and stuff, so I was having a lot of protein shakes and like high protein diet. And I took just fucking, well, I mean, you guys know what big dino protein shits are like. So I was taking big dino protein shits, and I'd often have like 3 a day, 2 a day at like work. To the point that my manager literally had to pull me aside one time. He like called me in. He's like, you notice you spend a long time in the bathroom? Because they thought I was dodging work, constantly going to the bathroom. Now, to be fair, it was a bit of both, because I fucking hated that job. But dino poops are real. Protein shits are the worst. No, there's worse tasting shits than that one. Oh. Okay. Hopefully we have the overhead for those water generators to start up from the old grid and not the entire thing shuts down right now. We're about to find out. With one last connection. Now that everything's hooked up, this goes to this. Nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? No power. Oh fuck, did these shut down? Why are they still going? Why is there no power? The water pumps are going. Water pumps be pumping. Huh? That one's going. That one's going. Means there's a water issue. There's a water issue. Flow rate seems good. Is it just taking a bit? Oh, is this something not coming through? Yeah, something's wrong. This is fine. That's pretty low. It should be 180. It'll take a bit to power up. It just takes a bit for everything to... That's good. That's good. That's good. Why is this flow rate so shit? That one's really good. This one's not. But it should be. This one seems fine too. Averaging 120, which is what it's supposed to. Something's fucked. Something's fucked with This one's fine as well, averaging 120. This one's fine as well, averaging 120. Something's fucked with this. You can even tell. Look at that flow compared to this one. This one's barely getting anything. This should be like 180-ish. This one's 300. Why is this one like cranking hard? Now, to be fair, because of the loop connection at the end of the pipes that we did, it shouldn't matter if one's overpowering the other, because they'll eventually backflow anyways, right? Is the buffer filling? I'm gonna go check. There's flow there for sure. These four are fine. All the green lights are on. This one's having trouble. I mean, it's going to take a bit for the water to circulate, but I'm out of water in storage. Very strange. Very strange, but I think it's okay now. This should be 1290. It is. So as long as this capacity... Wait, it just went down to... As long as this capacity... Wait, if it goes down 75... Yeah, some of them are losing a bit of power on and off. Might be a bugged connection. It should always be 1290. If it dips at all, either the... Like we have 16 plants that do 60 each, right? Wait, is that right? I think it's 60 they give off. 75, my bad. 16 plants that give 75, and then we have 3 leftover biofuel generators that give 30 each, so that's where the 90 comes from. So if we see a dip in 75, it means one of them's like this. This is one of them struggling right now. I think it's one of these two. Out of water. It's barely getting the water it needs, this one. Same with this one. That one's okay. This one's Giga. This one's Giga. All the ones on this side are good because that pump is going insane. These are all fine. It's the ones on the left side here because the pump's so weak. The water down here should be capping, basically. They're barely staying afloat. Above 0. Are they net positive, though? So it looks like it is. So I'm like maybe, barely. They're technically functional, but they're equivalent. Like they're... I just don't know why this pump's so shit.